Infrastructure priorities and economic development. Things like buildings, water, waste, roads, public transit, communication, IT, and energy. In your view, what are the key priorities? And as a sort of as a follow-up issue, to what extent do you think that stimulus has actually helped address these aspects of infrastructure? We needed a bigger panel, obviously.
I'll start since we have 5 minutes. I can take some time. Certainly, when you are looking at the economic plan of an area, whether it's a small city like Rockland or is it the largest city of Carleton, infrastructure has to be key in terms of the discussions. And that means that you have to bring in the major players in the economic development file. It's not only from the city side, it has to be the business side. It also has to involve the citizens. Now, from what I see in terms of the stimulus, it has generated a number of new projects, some of them that may not be related to economic development. But as I said earlier, one of the problems is going to be the sustainability of that economic development. I think that if the projects have not been properly planned so that the community can maintain and sustain those infrastructure at a level that the businesses require in order to grow and create wealth, then we're going to end up in a cycle which is build and forget as opposed to build and maintain and sustain the economic development. That's where we have to really measure the success of the stimulus program.
Nancy, did you want to comment on that at all?
Yeah, if I understand the question in terms of what's the priorities to support economic development in terms of investment. Certainly, what I would say in terms of the economic development, there's two aspects from it. Certainly, new infrastructure can contribute and draw business and support economic development and the economy writ large through a number of aspects, especially if it is well planned and it is crucial in terms of the kind of infrastructure that the city has identified that it needs. But from an economic development perspective, and when we think about a municipal perspective and I'll side with Guy, that we have to understand and we have to plan for how we're going to pay for it over the long term. And that means really doing our homework on affordability, because we're going to be able to attract business to this community by keeping taxes down, by doing all the right things that mean we're living in an affordable community and we're lining the coffers for the citizens of the community.
Okay, let me just sort of ask this a slightly different way as well. Maybe you can comment on this, ignore this part of the question if you like, but to what extent is it a fair criticism that going down the shovel-ready route was something of a missed opportunity for Ontario, that had we been a little bit more strategic, we could have maybe done better than shovel-ready? And did you want to come in anyway?
Yes, I just wanted to point out again a very well-known fact, that there's a very strong correlation between the availability of energy and the economic wealth of the nation. And of course, we all know that that Ontario has been built in the last 50 years on very reliable and cheap electricity, and so we need to continue that. Now, when we're talking about large projects like nuclear plants, obviously it has to be done by stimulus of government ordering these plants and putting plants together. And so this kind of stimulus, even if right now the province doesn't need extra electricity, when industry comes back, we're going to need it. And these large projects take quite a while to build. So we do absolutely need the stimulus, especially in periods like this of low growth, to build for the future.
Okay, thanks very much.